Greetings to all viewers. This is Professor Ankit Singh. We'll now move to the next chapter, that is module 6 from syllabus, which is highway construction, maintenance, highway drainage. Okay. So in the construction part, okay, we have various types of pavements under flexible pavements and then under rigid pavement. Okay. Under flexible pavements, okay, to start with we have the basic pavements for low volume roads like earthen pavements or gravel roads. Okay, then we come to WBM roads, then bituminous concrete roads, HDBC roads. Okay, then different types of penetration based flexible pavements. Okay, and then we have rigid pavements which may be jointed, unjointed, reinforced or continuously reinforced. We have different types of pavements. Okay, so the construction methods are similar for all of these types of pavements. So what I'll try to do is I'll explain the construction procedure in detail of any two types of these pavements, and you are expected to go through the construction methods of the other pavements. Okay, so the first type of pavement that I'll explain the construction methodology of is construction of a WBM road. Okay, WBM stands for water bound macadam. Okay, so in this there are the steps that are involved are preparation of foundation, provision of lateral confinement, spreading of the coarse aggregates, rolling or compaction, application of screenings, sprinkling of water, application of binding material, setting and drying, and then in the end opening to traffic. Okay, so we'll have a look at each of these steps now. So initially preparation of the foundation. Foundation is nothing but the earth, okay, or the subgrade. We need to compact the existing earth and form a subgrade. Okay, the subgrade or base course is prepared to the required grade and camber. Okay, so from the subgrade itself we need to provide the required camber for the road. Camber is the transverse slope. Okay, the depressions and potholes on the existing road surface are filled up. Okay, if there are any depressions or potholes on this surface, then we need to fill them up. Okay, then the second step is provision of lateral confinement. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to fill in material here, okay, or here. So what we need to do is we need to provide a lateral confinement at the edges so that we can fill in the material here and then compact it. For providing lateral confinement of aggregates, the shoulders having thickness equal to the compacted WBM layer should be constructed in advance. Okay, so these shoulders are required to be constructed in advance, and for the carriageway we form a trench like this. Okay, then the third step is spreading of coarse aggregates. Now coarse aggregates as per the grading required for WBM would be spread across this thickness, okay, and width of the road. The aggregates which are stored along the road are then spread uniformly and evenly upon the prepared base in required quantities. Okay, so as per the requirement that will be dependent on the thickness of the pavement, we spread the aggregates. Then we have the rolling operation. Now rolling or compaction is done by it can be done by various types of rollers. Okay, this is a roller here. This is a smooth wheel roller. After spreading the aggregate, the rolling is carried out to compaction. Okay, and while we are doing the rolling operation, what we do is the labor or the man who is operating the roller would compact the road surface at the edges first, and then he would move to the center of the pavement. Okay, so he will only compact in the longitudinal direction of the road, not along the transverse direction. Okay, along the longitudinal direction, but he will compact the edges first, then he will keep moving towards the center. Okay, So this is how the rolling or compaction operation is done. It may be done with the help of three-wheeled power roller of 6 to 10 tons capacity. Okay, so this roller is a should possess a capacity of 6 to 10 tons. Then we need to apply the screenings. Okay, screenings could be dust or it could be fine aggregates. Okay, this will depend upon the design. After the compaction of coarse aggregate, the screenings are applied to fill up the gaps. Okay, since now there were coarse aggregates here, so still there is chances of voids or gaps in between those aggregates, so we need to fill those. Hence we apply the screenings. Okay, screenings are firstly stacked on top and then they are moved using a broom, okay, into the gaps. The screenings are applied in 3 or more layers. Each layer is compacted by dry rolling. Okay, after application and spreading of these screenings, you need to compact it again using the roller. Okay, in such a way you need to carry out 3 or at least 3 layers of screenings. Okay, the screening must be spread uniformly. Okay, the next step is sprinkling of water. Now why do we sprinkle the water? We need to sprinkle the water so as to form a good bond, okay, and to compact the road in a better way. Okay, after the application of screening, the road surface is sprinkled with water. It is then rolled. The additional screenings are applied and rolled till the coarse aggregate are well bond and firmly set. Okay, the next step is application of binding material. Okay, now actually the WBM course is ready up to this point, but in case you need to allow traffic on the WBM surface itself. Okay, if the traffic is low on the roads, and if a WBM road is sufficient for traffic, in that case what do? On this surface itself you apply the binding material, which could be bitumen, okay, which is low viscosity bitumen. The binding material is then applied at a uniform and slow rate in 2 or more layers. Okay, so on top of this layer you apply the bitumen. Okay, now if this road was required to carry a high traffic volume, then what we would do is this would be the base course. Okay, up to this step this would be the base course. Then on top of this we would apply a binding course and then a surface course. Okay, but this here is a WBM road, hence after we finish the sprinkling of water and compaction of the WBM layer, we just apply the binding material in order to protect the surface from weathering. Okay, then after that, setting and drying of and opening to traffic. Now we need to allow the bitumen to dry and also the layers beneath to dry out, and then we can open it for traffic. The road surface is then allowed to cure or set overnight after final rolling. Okay, after this application again you have to do the rolling or compaction using the rollers. If the depression are found on the next day, they are filled with screenings or binding materials. If necessary, water is sprinkled and surface is rolled again. Now after drying, the road is open to traffic. Once the road is completely dry, then you can allow traffic on top. The traffic should be well distributed over the full width of the road by placing obstacles longitudinally in the form of drums, trees, etc. on the road surface. Okay. Now what are the advantages or disadvantages of WBM road? The advantages are cost of construction is low. Okay, this is obvious since we do not have a binder course here on top. Okay, and also we don't have a surface course, so the construction is low. It can be made up in quick time, so no skilled labor is required in this type of construction, and made from locally available material. The aggregate and the screenings are normally obtained from the local quarries. If maintained in a good condition, it can take traffic load of about 900 tons per lane per day. Okay. Then there are a few disadvantages. The maintenance cost is high. Okay, since the materials used are not of a higher cost, it is obvious that there would be distresses, the cracks, the potholes would form within early time. Okay, so there would be more maintenance cost in this type of roads. Also the life is less. Okay, the design life of the road is less. Then they are permeable to rainwater. Okay, since no impermeable membrane or the binder cones on top is applied, hence they are more permeable to water, to rainwater, as compared to the surfaced roads like bituminous concrete or even rigid cement concrete roads. Okay, so this is it for the construction of WBM roads. I'll discuss the next topic in my next class. Thank you.